Today we're going to do a walk around and a test drive on a 1967 Mustang Coupe. Beautiful car. This thing sounds faster than it probably is. It sounds great.
Yeah, it's got a nice cackle to it, doesn't it? This is a really nice car. Very solid car. California, originated in California. Still has the original smog emissions and stuff in there as well. Power steering, factory air. Air conditioning works. Engine seems to run really nicely. I'll go ahead and shut that off. So,
I love the wheel and tire combination on this car.
you might not know this, Dee, but we had these tires in stock, or the wheels in stock, and I just put a brand new set of BFGs on them, so they don't have 2 miles on the tires. They're brand new.
Awesome.
The other thing I want to point out, just like all these Mustangs, the floors, frame rails, trunk floor is all solid, and so is the inner fender aprons. Very common for that and the shock towers to rust out. Both sides.
That's cool. It's factory double stamp.
Yep, double stamp VIN.
You don't see that too often.
Engine bay pretty much looks kind of bone stock, doesn't it? Still has all the stuff on it. Still has the original tag back in here. I don't know if you can get at it, but you can see the 1967. So it appears to have the original engine still in it. 2 barrels, never been changed out.
Well, when you look at, it still has the smog stuff on it. You know, it tells you a lot about the car and how it was kept and preserved, you know, these last 50, 60 years.
Yeah, it's got 74,000 miles on the odometer. We don't have the history if it's 174, 74, or 274, but judging by the engine bay and stuff, it very well could be 74,000 original mile car. The biggest thing with it is it's super solid, as I mentioned. The body's very straight. I mean, this isn't a tacky Mustang. It's a really nice, solid car that a guy can jump in and drive to your local car shows, cruise nights. That sort of thing is how I would classify this 1967.
Absolutely.
As far as our gaps go, we have a nice even gap from front to back here. The back of the hood sits down just a little bit. Same thing on the other side. Nice gap from front to back, but the back sits down. So if a guy wants to, probably could adjust that hinge a little bit if you wanted to.
It always looks better down than up, though.
Yeah, exactly. As far as the horse and corral's in good original condition, the front bumper looks like it's been replaced. Yeah, I'm with you, Dalton. The style steel rims in a 1967 Mustang, you can't beat it.
And though the paint's not show quality, it's really presentable. And I know you're going to show a couple little chips, but like I said, definitely a car you can take to your local car show, cruise night, be very proud of it, and get a lot of thumbs up.
It's solid, so if you want to make it a show car, you can always do that down the road. Bottom part of the door here is just a skosh tight. It's also got a little chips there. Bottom of the door is excellent. Bottom of the quarter is really nice over the wheel well. We also put new wheel well trim on it. That's something I like to do here at Coyote Classics. I think that really looks good on these Mustangs.
Yeah, it does. Even that Firebird, put wheel well trim on it, just makes the car pop, separates that red a little bit.
Yeah, it really does. As far as, it does have some paint chips. It looks like at one time this car was green. It's got some paint chips that are showing that in that back valance. So one thing a guy could paint was probably that rear valance would really make it a lot nicer as well. Chrome around the taillights looks good. Back bumper looks good. As we talked about, I like the dual exhaust coming out the back with the nice tips. Doesn't have the GT exhaust. No one's cloned this into a GT, but it's fine. It's a nice coupe.
Absolutely. There's one spot I seen, probably maybe the worst spot, but it's hard to see unless you're at the right angle, but like right in this area, there's a little, looks like maybe a little something in the paint or.
You seeing things, G?
Yeah, no.
Okay, yeah, no. Right from here you can see it just a little bit, kind of a circle right there.
Looks like ringworm.
It does, doesn't it? I don't know what the hell that is. As far as our roof area is in excellent shape. The lead lines are good. The door handle is original, so it does have some little solvent pop on that. As we open up the door jambs, door rubbers are still pliable, but they're definitely older. They're not new by any means. Corner of the door is rust free. It's got what I'd call like the Palomino interior, kind of an ivory, off-white. Looks really nice as far as the door panel goes. As far as the black dash is excellent, the headliner is excellent, the visors are tight as well. Back seat has a stain right in the middle. Other than that, the back seat and back door panels are in really good shape. We got seat belts for 2 back there, and we have the retractable factory seat belts up here. Seat covers are in really good shape.
There's just enough wear where they could be original, you know, just some really minor wear.
I don't remember the original interior color though, so I want to make sure on that if it was that. I know it said that on the website. Shay did go ahead and decode that. So got the full console, which is great. Got an AM/FM cassette in it. Original steering wheel. Door jamb paint was all done nicely as well. One last look up and down the passenger side. Nice straight car.
When you fired it up, I wasn't expecting that quite of a rumble coming out of this thing.
Pretty cool, huh? The body lines line up nice on the door here. At the bottom of the door, the line to the fender, to the door, to the quarter panel all lines up good as well. Which a lot of times, especially with these quarter panels right here, when they put new quarters on, a lot of times, Dalton, they don't get these straight up with the door. You know, they're usually off. Behind the rear wheel, the rear wheel looks good. Over the wheel well, down here in the dog leg area is excellent, and the bottom of the door lines up as good as you're going to get it. One tiny little blister at the very, very front, and it might even just be a little paint run, it looks like. Bottom of the fender is nice as well. There's a good gap there. Nice even gap from top to bottom on the front edge of the door. Windshield's super clean. Wiper blades are nice. Just a well taken care of car. You can tell this was a driver. It wasn't one that someone threw together really quick. You know, it's been restored probably 3 to 10 years ago, I'm guessing, by looking at it, the exterior. And it wasn't just thrown together to sell. I mean, this was a guy's driver. He used it, and it's something you can jump in and feel confident with. Hey, Dalton, as far as our trim tag is 2G. Can you check that out, please? The door panel on the driver's side's great. As far as the door jamb is in excellent shape as well. Paint looks good there. Driver's side seat as you're getting in and out. It's got a couple little Mars in it, if you see that. Just little stuff. It does have a hole right there I didn't see from that angle. But all in all, I wouldn't mess with it. It looks really good from here. So the odometer's got 74,000 miles. We already kind of went through this, that the dome light's not working right now. There we go. Horn works, but it sounds like it's got a cold. Wipers work and park. Heater fan works. Gas gauge works, temp gauge works, oil pressure gauge, and amp gauge all work. I can feel the cold air already.
Near the word perfect at MyStar106.com.
The radio's kind of an eyesore to look at, but it works well.
Yeah.
When I say an eyesore, I mean you can tell it's freaking like 40 years old.
Yeah. She still works though. Sounds good too.
Heck yeah. A neat car. So everything seems to be working great. Carries great oil pressure. Power steering is really nice. Not all Mustangs have them. The next Mustang I'm doing I know doesn't have it. There, the horn sounds better.
She just needed a little more juice.
She did need some orange juice.
Some orange juice.
Horn juice. Here we go.
Off to the races.
little pony runs good.
Yeah, it does. I was impressed the first time I drove it too.
It ain't no stallion, but she's a pony. Here's our brakes. Now they're not power and they're not disc. There we go. Pedal's way up top. And you got a nice pedal and they don't pull at all left or right. I'll just put it in drive and go.
Spin them.
You crank the wheel hard enough and give her enough gas, they're bound to spin. 60 mile an hour, shifts into third.
Windows go up and down really nice.
You know what, it seals up pretty good too. Passing gear works good, 72 mile an hour. We're gonna go ahead, put her down, 80. Look at that.
She cruises, man.
Absolutely no shake, no shimmy, 80 mile an hour. That's faster than most people are ever gonna drive her.
Yeah, probably faster than she's been in a long time.
Yep. So, but we're just gonna go ahead and do 60 mile an hour so you can kind of get a feel for it. Someone pulls out in front of you, you can honk at them. You have to stop on your brakes hard even though they're not disc. Look at that. You can do it, then honk at them again for being an idiot, and take off.
Yep, there you go. That was just a full scenario.
Yeah.
And all the things you need in that scenario.
Look at this though, as it shifts, you don't have to hold on to the steering wheel. Goes nice and straight down the road. Fantastic, I really like this little Mustang.
I do too. Check it out on the website, coyoteclassics.com. I'll put the link down in the comments of this video. Thank you guys for watching. This car is for sale for now. But check out the website and give us a call. Thanks.